My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. It is Banished, led by Fel, and the Hornbreaker Prince follow, which just means torches in this space deck. I mean, in the first couple of rounds, I'm pretty happy to have them. Ursula Sword, gain 4 Deployment Ember, and the deployable upgrade is 50% cheaper. Seraph Return is chosen of Dominion is going to be demanding that we defend our front line very effectively. Cleave deals damage to the front enemy units equal to damage to the front line on ours. Fortified Pauldron in the base deck as well. 0 Ember, this is the new version of Fortify. Fortified Pauldrons, armor 6. On resolve, gain armor 6. And then finally a Battle Dancer, 1 Ember, 2 size, shift, gain Valor 3. The first time you summon an Imp unit each turn, gain 1, draw 1. I like that, but it only really matters if I have Imp. Oh, but I could get an Imp and make that Imp endless as part of our chump blocking strat. Okay. I'll take Queen Stell. Alright, fine, you got me. I'll take Unchained as well. On shift, gain 1 Valor permanently. Especially because it's very obvious that we're going to be running a Battle Dancer Fel line. Gonna have to take a Vengeful Shard, but Pardon was receiving a spam call. Alright. We take a little bit of damage here, but we get the money that we needed. And Fortified Pauldron. Pretty comfortable now. I'm gonna torch both the back lines just so that I don't have to worry about additional Scourges coming in. And then we just focus on hitting as many Just Causes as we can. Perfect. With that torch, we can make the Guardian only ascend to deal us 1 hit. I'm pretty sure we're okay. I appear to have been wrong about that. God, Cleaving in a single move doesn't help. Moving more is the best that I can do, but then your AL is going up to the top. $39. You're already taking enough damage to that. So, yeah, I guess I just gotta get domed a couple times. That was really bad. I thought there was no chance that top line was possibly going to lose. I'm going to take the Tome of the Flight Path. On the ability Flight is realistically just the ability to trigger as many movements as you need. Vent deals 5 damage to enemy units. Always like having to copy that. Ascend, just a single Ascend. And Impressive is sacrificing Imp. I really do like the idea of having Impressive, but it's really hard to take it before I get an Imp, because I could also just never get one. Taking a single vent for a little bit of AoE clear sounds great to me. Merchant of Steel Banished Banner means we're probably going Merchant of Magic Banished Banner as well. Ooh, Holy Stone. Very, very happy to see this. Just going to throw that on Vent, and I'm going to use it to heal up my Pyre. -1 intrinsic goes on Tome with Flight Path, so I get it in my ability hand. -1 cost. I mean, I want to put this on a bunch of different things. Realistically, probably a cleave ends up getting that. Oh! Host Guard! And it costs... Usually the bad thing about Host Guard, you cost so much. However, we've got the deployable upgrade. We've got 4 deployable Ember. Or additional deployable Ember, rather. 3 Ember, 3 Size, Heavenly Slam, cooldown 3, move to a targeted location on any floor, then deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to this unit's health and armor. We're gonna get ridiculous with that. I will -1 cost one of these cleaves. God, we're gonna do so much shifting. -1 to jump it done. Honestly, doesn't change it. Doesn't change anything for us, I don't think. So the Flagellants... I want to set up on the top line because it gives me the most time to gain the additional Valor. But also the Host Guard wants to fly down. It is a lot of additional Valor we'll actually be gaining though. Okay, never mind. So, Tome of the Lost Path on Fel, so now you can fly every second turn. Bottom line, hit a cleave, then Host Guard, go to the top line. Then Fel, fly to the back of that line. And then Just Cause back to the front. That's a lot of shifting. Fortified Pauldrons is going to give some armor to the Host Guard that it can deal in damage to enemy units. And I actually want to just... I want to play the Just Cause because it's really important for the permanent Fel growth. And then I'll drop Vent. Healing for 1 before I then take 2 damage. Yeah, okay, we're comfortably now at the point that nothing's surviving the top line. Enemy gains a decent amount of thorns coming up here. But thankfully, all of the additional armor that we've managed to get by throwing Valor units into the front line as well as the Fortified Pauldrons means that we didn't have to worry about that. Upbeat Warbler, enchant Grunt quick to a floor. A little difficult because I would have to find a way to get you to the top floor after I've overstacked it. You attacking... That floor attacking quick speed would be nice, though. Divinity is also just really nice. Just stack Valor on a single target immediately. I'm going to take a Divinity. It's just really good to have. Ritual of Battle. I don't think additional damage is desperately what I'm lacking. I don't think I need another Fortified Pauldron, but also... Don't I? What if I just put a Fortified Pauldron on everyone? I could also just strap it to another piece of equipment, and then this is just additional armor on top. I really want to go to the Merchant of Steel, but there's, I think, a really good argument to be made that I need the Pyromance's health right now. Archeon Scion of Savagery is going to deal damage directly to the pyre if I have no units on the floor, which means that I'd have to be able to fill every floor. When would my first Merchant of Steel end up? Oh, God. My first Merchant of Steel wouldn't happen until directly before Kale if I did that. Empyrean Well Merchant of Steel and Pyramanes does look good. I'm just gonna have to keep my units alive. I'm gonna have to throw... Whoa. Sick. I'm gonna have to throw additional upgrades on units that wouldn't otherwise wear them. Like, this Titan Knight on Host Guard is gonna be pretty good. God. Does Host Guard have to go on a different floor? Ability Evergrowth, Trample and Quick. Trample, much harder for us to achieve otherwise. So I'll take the Umbra Stone. It's certainly hard to say that, you know, I couldn't use another Battle Dancer. I think one of the Battle Dancers should attack it quick, and I think I should give Tight Knight to a Host Guard. I'm probably going to have to run a Tight Knight Battle Dancer floor, and then a Shield Steward, Spear Steward floor, and then one floor that's just Fel and a Battle Dancer. Just so that I always have units there to block Archeon's direct damage. Then if I can get through this fight, we'll be on clean streak. So my assumption is that we would find the best luck throwing Host Guard and this Battle Dancer on the bottom line, Fel, and this Battle Dancer on the mid line, and then Shield Steward on top. So, Host Guard moves forward and slams. We take out the front two units, and then there's only an Ominous Acolyte left to deal with. And then I just want to do as many Just Causes as I can. So you're going to descend with 18 damage next turn. Battle Dancer having some shielding first does sound nice. Cleave into double Valor Shift sounds perfect as well. Fortify Pauldron for the big boy. Nope, I've got to throw that Fortify Pauldron on the top line, otherwise I die next turn. Archeon's going to be going to the top line, and I need to be able to contest your damage up there. Fel, have I not been flying you every single turn? If I didn't fly you last turn, then, mistake. Okay, Host Guard, I could drop you back on this floor. Okay. 29 by 2. So what's going on here? Oh, Battle Dancer is attacking at quick speed. Okay, so if I full vent, then we get to kill both of these. Okay, we're all good. Fly back and fly forward. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to send the host guard up next turn. So this bottom floor is just going to be, well, as it currently is. I hope I've stacked enough Valor. Next floor's already doing fine. Pretty happy about that. God, having the host guard on this floor as well would be so good. I need to do like 100 damage next floor. 18. I can block 1 rally against the host guard. Oh god, I probably die. I think I'm dead. So you come up. 18. Is there any additional damage I can eke out on my current floor? Is there maybe even an argument that Fel should fly up to the top floor? Is that going to be better or worse? 29, 30, so you're kind of at a bad break point. You'd want to be at 37 health, ideally. So you come up to the next line, smack, smack. We get to respond for 10, 70, and 14. So that's 94 in a single wave, and then you hit again, and then we get to respond for 84. So 94, 84. You'll be down on 428. Yeah, no, that doesn't win. I don't believe so. I'm not fully running the numbers. I'm just getting as close as I can without having to sit down and do the math. Divinity's 10 additional damage if I do it in the back line. 10 additional damage if I do it in the front line. Wow. Doing this again. This is me just straight up choosing, I like this deck too much, do let it lose here to that. Does that mean I need Fel on the top line? Or maybe I need an overstacked Host Guard, Fel, Battle Dancer bottom line? Maybe it's literally like, that's a support line, that's a support line. And then Host Guard flies down. The only thing is I can't clear the top line on the first turn with Host Guard, because so it's got to be like Shield Steward, Battle Dancer, then Host Guard, then Fell Battle Dancer. Seems to be the direction we're pushing at the moment. That Divinity is also huge. If I could just drop that on someone. Granted, I think the permanent buffs are probably a lot more important. Ah, the mystical die on turn 2 strategy. Wondering about that. Like, do I have the ability to defend that second line at any point? Not really, unless I drew Shield Steward. At this point, this is straight up save scummy. Oops. Not how I intended to play, but I don't want to lose this deck. Host Guard. It's Host Guard. I almost feel like the previous flaws were correct. There's just gotta be a different version of them. Maybe. Leaves more than enough damage to get most of it done. Host Guard, you could fly up this turn. I don't want to fly you up until I'm certain I can replace you on that bottom line. So I think giving up some efficiency on your actions is going to be part of this puzzle. Yeah, like obviously you couldn't be missing from this floor this turn. Unfortunately, Fortified Pauldrons will not save the top line. That said, Battle Dancer is still going to be alone on that line, which is good enough. We can fly Host Guard up either this turn or next turn. Actually, I suspect I need to do it this turn. Permanent Gain Factory's going okay. And next turn, we'll be able to fell back and then host guard forward. Okay, yeah. We're all good. So we'll host guard to the front. Fell to the back. Fell back to the front. Fell doesn't need to survive the fight, it just needs to move as much as possible. Alright. Reinforce, double the amount of armor on a unit. Ally of the Ancients just straight up throw 30 armor at someone. Pretty good in the worlds where I can throw that on Host Guard, who doesn't really benefit from Valor. I mean, everyone benefits from Valor, but Host Guard doesn't especially gain it. But can deal that damage through the Heavenly Slam. If I had any rage in the deck, maybe I would consider the Last Stand, but I don't. So obviously I can't. Steadfast Crusader with the ability of Slam. I mean, honestly, another ability just doing movement on the same lines? Yes. I kind of want capacity just so I can throw, like, Fell, Battle Dancer on the same line and then fly a Host Guard up. It's capacity and draw, I think, this run. I'll start with capacity and then I'll go draw second. Double stack. Double stack the Alloy of the Ancients, perhaps? Apply armor 60 to a unit. Obviously, Valor 20 is also really good. I'm gonna go Valor 20, and then I'm also gonna lower your cost. Sure, you've now got Consume, but how many copies of you do I really need in a deck? And why is it 2 copies? Oh, another Tome of the... No, it's another Tome of the Flight Path. That is obviously the dupe there. It just gets added to my opening hand, and it's all of our additional movement. Oh. Okay, see you. So, at this point, we get to deal with all the stuff to do. If I could mini-stone literally just one of these units, I could run Fell, Battle Dancer, Steadfast Crusader, and then fly Host Guard up to their floor. I need a turn to get the defense from Valor, so we'll set up on the second floor first. Steadfast Crusader slams. Battle Dancer slams. Fell also slams. I mean, these torches are also really good. I really do want to use... Oh, okay. I'm going to cut one torch so I can Just Cause as well. Let's play that Final Divinity. Give Valor to the unit that's going to find it difficult to gain otherwise. Oh, that Malevolent Hunter's seeking to go straight past this floor. It's fine, it gets caught on the top. Literally all I needed confirmed. Fallen Execution is just going to move up by 1 phase, but that's okay. That's when I'm going to throw my Host Guard to the second line. Perfect. And we even have full energy for Event on the bottom line, which was very effective. Gotta say, I pretty much always have a great target with Fortified Pauldrons as well. Welcome to the battlefield, Kodo. Oh, Flight has a 2-turn cooldown. Of course I can't use it every turn when it has a 2-turn cooldown. I just got it mistaken with a couple other things that don't have 2-turn cooldowns, is all. Oh, we lose this floor in this order. Interesting. Get the Titan Knight back to the front. Right. It looks like soon enough most of the damage is just coming out of Fel. Oh, wow. Everlasting Light. 1 Ember, Strike, apply Valor 2 to friendly units. Obviously incredible on Fel. And also, why not strap it to a 0-cost piece of equipment? Fire Jumper. Summon. Gain 4 Ember. If I give you Endless, I get to play you every turn to gain 5 Ember and draw 1. Which is what I want to do. Hellhorned unit. I don't really need a Hellhorned unit, and I do need a Merchant of Arms. Shield of Wing and Boiler Room? Well, Boiler Room is incredible. Put it on our kill floor, and we never run out of Ember. I do want deployable Fortified Pauldrons, and... do I strap that to the Shield of Wing or the Everlasting Light? To the Everlasting Light. Then I'll gain a Boiler Room. Shield of Wing's also just incredible, but do I now maybe wanna let up a little bit? No, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna roll and continue buying though. I think that's probably my limit there. Straight up card removal, I mean, we're definitely getting to the point where the Shield and Spear Stewards don't really make that much more sense. In terms of duping, though, I mean, I think there's a fair argument that another of that same merged equipment's really good, but it's much better if I have multi-strike or sweep or something like that, which I don't have. I'm gonna go for another Tome of the Lost Path because I think that is the funniest one. I don't necessarily think it's the best choice, but I do think it's the funniest. And maybe it could also be the best. It's lovely when those things align. Undying minions. So I regularly want to set up online too, just because it gives me the ability to get my first armor from Valor Trigger. Oh my god. I can fly a Battle Dancer from a different line onto this line now. Oh dear. Oh dear. I didn't even think about that. I'll wait for the enemies to ascend, and then I'll send Host Guard up, just so that I can get some additional damage to try and punch through that first wall. Boiler room there. Fire jumper on bottom just gives me the ability to play out the rest of the hand. Hell yeah. Okay. Interesting. They do get a wretch past us. There's so many things I want to do. But I think the best one is literally just the biggest vent that I can play. Oh, that also then gives me back a bunch of Ember. Thank you, Boiler Room. You're even better than I thought. By which I mean, you are as good as I thought. It's just a strange way I like to express that. I'm going to take a bunch of incant sap here, just so that I have trample on Fel. It should make it pretty darn difficult to lose anyone. Oh my god. Look at all those abilities. Okay. So let's give you the Alloy of the Ancients so you can just slam. And then try and make sure the end unit of the front line is the Host Guard. Again, it's about as many movements as we can get to trigger. And then finally Host Guard at the front. Do I replace your armor with Shield of Wing now? Yeah. Why not? I don't know if I need that second Everlasting Light when I've already got one in the deck. Heroic Dive. Consume. Descend, then advance a friendly unit. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's health and armor. There's also Deadly Plunge. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 3 times this friendly unit's health and armor. I'm going to take that literally just for the ability to bop an enemy on the same line. Important work. Sacrifice an imp. Gain 1 Ember. Draw 1 card. Thank you. I gotta make my imp endless, but also I have so many minion upgrades I need to hit because we still didn't get any at the very start of the game. Smidge stone. I'm gonna add health, and honestly, screw it, Titanite also to the Steadfast. Can't lodge stone. Then though, unfortunately. Quick to another Battle Dancer, and realistically none of the rest of those are especially relevant. Removals though. It's about time I think I get the other Spear Steward, Shield Steward out of here. Another Merchant of Steel in the next area. Another Merchant of the Arms though. deployable boiler room? I mean, I've just heard word. That is possible. It could theoretically happen. I have to fight as low as possible. Postguard's gonna have to descend on the first turn as well. I can just throw both these battle dancers on the top line, and then Kale will spawn up here. I'll give both of you flight path, and I'll just throw you down to the bottom, so you won't have to worry about that. This Postguard can just sit there for the moment, because it's going to be flying on turn 1 no matter what anyway, so... Tomes of the Lost Path. Both of you fly down to the bottom line, thank you. Also, Host Guard, I'll give you Shield of Wing. Perfect. Kale has no one to hit, and the bottom line is super overstacked, and we're just gonna get nastier as time goes on. Ooh. Just goes you to the front. You with Divinity and Cleave. Yeah, I figured that would be the outcome. Getting a giant amount of Valor on you and then stacking that huge Valor into huge armor. As well as having you in the front line so I'm ready to cleave if I happen to draw it again. I can also, with your giant new Valor, give you an Umbra Stone that's going to be very useful. That boiler room. Fly you to the back and the front. I don't have a target for the important work, but I do get to get rid of the calcified embers. That's good too. And even score a good vent as well. Oh. You're gonna can cleave, and it does pay for itself there, but it's still not especially good. Dang, Fel, why do you have to be off turn for attacking? Off turn for being in the front line, that is, sorry. It's also nice because we have some quick units. We can afford to throw units into the front line even if they would struggle otherwise, because they'll complete the battle against the enemies and then gain their Valor at the end. Also, My usual metric is something along the lines of it's nice to have 75 Valor before Fel levels up for the third time on Unchained. And it definitely looks like we're going to get that. Heavensward. It's even got Fel on the armor. Hell yeah. 2 Ember, consume, ascend friendly units, then advance the highest health friendly unit on the new floor. Sick. I'd love to guild that card. I mean, take that card. Limbo offers its solace. I mean, there's so much I still need from Merchants of Magic. It's specifically the problem. I say so much. The problem is that it's quite narrow, but I need them badly. So Battle Dancer needs multi-strike pretty badly. It's also already got the quick. It's well set up. And Pyre Chomper desperately needs Endless. High Remains would be a waste. Celestial Alcove, a lot of events wouldn't be good at this point. Some of them would be, obviously. It's variable. Merchant of Arms, deployable Boiler Room seems nice, but honestly not essential. No, I'm gonna hit that Merchant of Steel. I even have the ability to dupe, which... I mean, God. I don't even have a unit that I can give another flight path to. Everyone else has an ability. There we are, Unchained 3 at 75 Valor, gain multi-strike 1. We are at 102 Valor. Multi-strike, boom, found it. Endless, yay! Pretty happy to see that there. I'm not going to a Merchant of Magic or a Merchant of Arms in the next area, so I may as well take this upgrade to make Battle Dancer Titanite. And hell, I'll take the opportunity here to remove a single card from the deck. It's probably got to be a Torch. Yeah. In terms of duping additional cards? I mean, if I duped an additional well, hang on. Am I going to a dupe in the next area? Merchant of Magic Empyrean Well versus Merchant of Arms on Stable Vortex. There's a lot of value in that removal there. If I wanted to dupe a Dancer, I would then also really want to dupe a Tome of the Lost Path. I don't think I need another Pyre Chomper. I don't honestly even think I need it that early. I think a dupe of this merged equipment's really good, actually. Now that I've got multi-strike on a quick unit, no less. Enemy start on every floor. Certainly a little bit annoying here. Thankfully, we've got quick attackers, making it significantly more approachable. Yeah, so they're gonna be trying to damage us directly, which is obviously bad. Oh, this is really frustrating. I need to set up on the bottom floor, but obviously I need to kill on top floors. You can have a Host Guard and a Battle Dancer there. Battle Dancer, you can have that. Then bottom floor, we'll go Fel, that. Battle Dancer, and you. So just clear a couple of them and then fly down later. Actually, Cleave? Sorry, Umbra Stone on Battle Dancer there is going to be incredible. It's going to kill all of them instantly. Other two game flight paths. Yeah, the Host Guard can already come down as well. Bottom line managed. This line attacks at quick speed and tramples, but more importantly, it's going to get 4 strikes because of the trample, giving it 8 additional valor. And I do need to leave my highest valor unit in the front line. Well, it's nice that all's well that ends well. Terrifying amalgam is pretty scary. I'm gonna torch my own imp, because then I can just at the top of the next turn play it immediately and draw a card and gain the energy, so I may as well. Oh, perfect. With the host guard in the front line, we deal a little bit more damage because we can eclipse the Avowed Gladiator without expending all of our damage. I'm gonna fly a Battle Dancer down to this floor. Unfortunately, we're attacking at quick speed, so the Pyre Jumper is going to survive, meaning I have to kill my own Pyre Jumper. Get rid of that Calcified Ember finally. Perfect. We got a decent amount of armor on everyone, so it doesn't even matter if the Ragewing Assassins get to attack everyone now. Heavensward! Can't do it here because I literally take 10 damage in response because of the terrifying, terrifying amalgams. I'm going to use Deadly Plunge so that I can take down that enemy and then move down to the bottom floor where you deserve to be. That's where the fighting's going to happen. Oh, here it is. The Ultra Combo. Fire Jumper. Important work. Fire Jumper. And then a big vet. Perfect. I don't even have to worry about those incant triggers. Second copy of Deadly Plunge? Yeah. Impish Scholar. Return a random consumed spell to your hand. I mean, it brings back Tomes of the Flight Path almost certainly. Not particularly relevant. I'll take a tiresome climb so that I can daze and dislocate bosses, especially this Seraph, so I don't have to worry about it doubling corruption as many times. And we were pledged to the Merchant of Arms, if I recall. Shift triggers an additional time, can't make sense, are ridiculous. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck, reduces cost 0. So here's the thing. Maybe that's great. Hear me out. If I made fortified pauldrons deployable and then removed the other fortified pauldrons, then all of my equipment's deployable except for Shield of Wing. So if I strap something very expensive to the side of that Shield of Wing, it's free. Overgrowth Carapace. Plus 20/20 to a unit every turn, such as the Host Guard, who has Mini-Stone and doesn't care about growing in size. Perfect. Also, I'm just going to absolutely make certain my deployable is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, okay, we're good. Unstable vortex removal, almost certainly torches. I remove my own calcified embers, damn it. Unit cards without upgrades cost -1. I don't have any unit cards without upgrades. I basically have enough for a reroll and check. I can't reroll the merchant. Can't reroll the merchant of trinkets and afford anything there. I can reroll and look at these options and then ultimately decide, no, these are not for me. And then just remove another torch from this deck and go straight to Seraph. So Dominion, I can set up on the second floor against Dominion. There's no problem with that. Hold up. Excuse me? Discordant Heretic? May I have a word? That word is butt. With 2 T's. Alright, I'm gonna... I want to chump with Pyre Blocker, but I also do want it to die, so I guess I gotta play it on the bottom floor then. Oh wow, Heavensward wants me to ascend all of these units. So as I'm climbing the boss so I can daze them for 2 turns, stopping both of their corruption application and their strike for the corruption doubling. Okay. Middle floor set up decently. Maybe I can deal just getting these Scourges. Maybe that's not so bad. I want Host Guard to be on its own floor for as long as possible because it's getting 20/20 every turn it is. I can just pull it onto this floor when it's necessary. Oh, hell yeah. Fire jumper. Eat that fire jumper. Fire jumper. First, let's lie Fell to the front, then Cleave to kill everyone. Divinity is also incredible there. We'll drop an 80 damage vent on the bottom line. I never thought it could happen. And then we can finally move the host guard down. Sadly, I don't think I can draw Tired Climb this turn. No, I can't. I also don't have Descent Tech, so I'm just going to have to deal with a little bit of corruption coming in here. Could be a lot worse. Okay. I don't want to use this because it's literally dealing 1 damage at the moment. Welcome back to the front line. Deadly Plunge is enough for you. Then I'll focus on defense. I think we're almost at the point that Fell could take out this fight by themselves. Perfect. Literally just one single unupgraded Tiresome Climb is doing insane work in this deck. I mean, to be fair, one single unupgraded Tiresome Climb does incredible work in pretty much every deck you put it in. It's just a workhorse. So it's literally just a workhorse. He's just a mule, sir. Oh. Oh. I love how I keep getting this with the vent so I can do these 80 damage vent turns. Pretty cool. Alright, welcome to the dance floor. Just Tiresome Climb you straight past me and lose instantly. Ascend friendly units. I really want to play Heavensward at least once. Oh, you know, that would be really fun though. Okay, I'm gonna Heavensward. Everyone goes to the next floor and then they shift. And shift. And shift. And shifts. And shifts, then shift, and shift. Then I'll tirelessly climb the boss, skipping that entire bottom floor. And we'll take you out before you even get your first hit. I guess we can just, like, bleed damage in this fight if we really wanted to. Set up as high as I'd like. Definitely need to be on at least floor 2. I don't want to have to face savagery with Fel not having much health. I mean, Host Guard, you kind of just be independent on your own line. No! Why must I have the important work but not be able to use it? Perfect. I managed to pick up my 200 shield by the end. I mean, honestly, just throwing that big divinity on Host Guard sounds good to me. Oh my god, the revenge from the Host Guard is now just killing all the enemies on the bottom line. You know what? Heavensward. Go up there. Advance. That's another 1,200 damage straight to the boss. Yeah, I like it. Trample on the only units really likely to use it at the moment. Still, damage equal to 3 times. I mean, I guess that's most useful on dealing 730 damage to Entropy. Big cleave. Kills the entire bottom line. Battle Dancer, you would die if I left you in the front line, unfortunately. You are the only one that I can't leave in the front line right now. Should I ascend Host Guard? Yes. Reason being, it defends this floor from the 5 pyre damage that I would otherwise take, but also, when these other units ascend, I want them to die on this floor so that they die to Heavens. Sorry, so that they die to Boiler Room, giving you the additional energy. Okay, so pretty much every boss is already handled. Chomp. Chomp. In order to stop some fire damage, I'm going to tie some Climb Savagery. How are you? Oh, it's your Titanite is halving your damage, allowing you to gain the... Okay, so never mind. It was fine the whole time, and I was just ignoring it. There we go. Got enough damage for Dominion to go down. 264 permanent Valor on Fel. And also just a bunch of cards that Fel features on. Deadly Plunge, another Deadly Plunge. That's Cleave, that's Fel right there. Heavenswood, guess who that is? Divinity, completely different unit. But in the background, that's the death metal musician. Sick. And then in Just Cause, of course, not Fel. Okay, yeah, so it was just the Heavenswood and the Deadly Plunge and the Cleave and Fel. But that, admittedly, that is 4 cards. But honestly, 3 intrinsic tomes of the Lost Path is really what this run was. This run was ignore capacity restrictions, overstack flaws, and don't use things that say advance to trigger shift. Just bypass it. Trigger it directly. Couldn't have gone better. Well, it could have gone better. We could have not lost the run at Archeon. Again, another situation of the streak is currently dead, despite the fact the screen doesn't otherwise say so. Heavensward got gilded. Ability applied 19, previous best 18. Sick. When was I previously applying as many abilities as this? It's gotta be equipment, right? Double Glutton more every run, that'll get you pretty close to it. Leap back to the outpost, and I'll tell you that my name's been Rhapsody, and I'll tell you the name of the game has been Monster Train 2, but I'll also tell you there's a series playlist in the top left with all of my content on the game past, present, and future, and I might even go so far as to say that YouTube recommends the video below that. And also, that there is a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.